Alright guys, wanted to shoot a little video here before I start teaching class for kids class here in a little bit. Let's go over how to use a stability ball. So if you've got a stability ball, you can really improve your Jiu-Jitsu top game and overall balance a lot, control over your body and whatnot. When I first started trying to run an academy over like 12 years ago, when I first started, I didn't have any students really, and I spent a lot of time alone in the dojo with nothing but a couple of these around. And so I would just train on these. And it starts with first learning how to find your balance and then getting into more complex movements. This ball doesn't want you on top of it, and it really sort of mimics a person underneath your side control or underneath you, maybe they're a turtle or whatnot, and they're trying to move around and escape, and you're just always finding the sweet spot to keep control and stay on top of them. So let's go ahead and start. The first thing we're going to do is just the sitting balance. Now, it starts off with just using your hands on the ball, and you push yourself around, and you can get a little dynamic with it, right? No feet touch the floor, but then you can also go no hands on the ball, and you want to develop this so that you can stay here, you know, as long as needed, you know. The longer the better. Kids have a hard time with these balance exercises, partially because, you know, it's a learned skill, but also their inner ear and has to finish developing, and that happens at different rates. But usually the younger the kid is, the more difficult it's going to be. Next, we move on to the gargoyle. The gargoyle is going to be hands and knees on the ball. Now, how much the ball is inflated will determine the difficulty of how it is to balance on the ball. So if you put a lot of air into it, it's going to be more of a challenge. Yeah, but you don't want to put so much air in it that when you're on the ball, it could pop. So you got to be careful with that. After you can master the gargoyle, hands and knees, we're going to go to the kneeling position. So, kneeling position, again, no feet on the floor, but we're going to take our hands up and we're going to try to get tall and sit with our butt off of our feet, sit up high. Now, if you have a ball and a wall, you could do chest passes off the wall. If you have a partner, you could pass the ball back and forth to each other. Let me turn here so you kind of see what I've got going on here. So I go from the gargoyle to the kneeling. Okay, keep your bottom off of your feet. That really works your core and your thighs as well to sort of stabilize your trunk. Once you can do kneeling, you can start going to one knee. And one knee with your hands and then without. You're working your way to be able to stand up on the ball, which you don't ever have to do if you don't want to. Okay. Again, I'm really no longer working a side control sort of drill here. I'm just working on balance. Putting myself in different poses and trying to find my balance. And then I work the other knee. It seems we always have a favorite side. So one side might be a little bit more of a challenge for you, right? Like for me right now, my hips are tight, so it was hard for me to get my left foot up off the ground there. Okay, go from here to here. Eventually, if you want to challenge your balance, develop even more, you can work on standing up, but we'll stop there. We'll work on standing up maybe some other time. From the balance drills, we get down on the ground and we start working on some side control simulations. I start with the gator roll. So I'm gonna put my chest on the ball with my arms in and no knees touching, like I just sprawled. My gator roll is gonna go as I turn my body. I'm not touching the floor with my knee over here at all, okay? I take a step under my legs, I catch my balance, I don't let my bottom touch the floor, and this is a half of a gator roll right here. Okay? I use my body weight on the ball to keep it in place. I complete the 360 as I turn and I step back under through. Okay? That would be a full gator roll. So, get back here, get some space. From here, come through, half gator, full gator. And I want to be able to go in both directions. Okay? I just keep my arms in. It makes it easy. You can leave your arms out, but don't touch the ground if you don't have to. Okay? Boom. Then we can go into dizzy gators, and dizzy gators are to do multiple rolls in one direction, seeing if you can keep your balance. So I'll start close and I'll work my way away from the camera. Here. Let's go into our slides. So we've got the Superman slide. Go on, baby. Superman slide. I start in side control here, and I push myself forward until just my shins are on the ball. So I go forward until just my shins. Right? You could do a push-up from here, right? Do a push-ups, and then come back. Don't let your knees touch. Here. Do a push-up if you want. Come back. Superman slide. From the Superman slide, we transition to the sit. So I do a Superman slide. I open up my legs so that I finish sitting on the ball. Now, I'm doing like a split, so I'm going to adjust myself. And I'm just working on keeping my balance. From the sitting position, there's a couple of different ways we can finish from here. I like to go into a slide. So I pick my feet up and I let myself slide forward. Stop myself when my shoulder blades are on the ball. My bottom doesn't touch the floor. Now from here, there's two ways to recover. First, the wiggle walk. This is going to mimic an actual sort of an escape that we might do to recover our guard when we're trying to escape from underneath somebody. So I start to use my legs to push myself back up to the sitting position, but no hands on the floor. Okay? When you want to change what you're going to do after you do a forward slide, you do a half gator roll to your belly. So I do my slide. Now I do my gator roll. Did a half gator roll, so now I'm in side control starting position. We can put all these moves that we just did together to make a drill for us. So I'm going to start from my side control starting position and go into Superman slide. I'm going to start here, Superman slide. I can do a push-up. Now I'm going to change to the sitting position from here, right? So I'm going to open up and sit on the ball. Now I'm going to do a forward slide. Now I'm going to do a gator roll. Make sure you change which way you go, okay? Actually, instead of doing a gator roll, let's do a wiggle walk. Wiggle walk, wiggle walk, wiggle walk. I'm going to change the angle here. Now I'm going to do another forward slide. Superman slide. Reverse Superman slide. Superman slide. Sit. Let me change my angle here. Forward slide. Wiggle walk, wiggle walk, wiggle walk, wiggle walk. Forward slide. Gator roll. Gator roll. Gator roll. Gator roll. Wiggle walk. Just those drills alone, if you work them and you get really smooth and good with your balance, you can really improve your top game in Jiu-Jitsu considerably. My top game and how I can control a moving body underneath me without having to use my hands, because my hands are always going for submissions and whatnot. But just my body weight, just always moving around and being where it needs to be to stop this ball from getting away from me. It becomes second nature, and it really, really boosts your top game considerably. Once you can master some of these movements, the balance, and the gator rolls and the Superman slides and everything like that, we can add in more complex transitions to put us into different jiu-jitsu positions. So we can do another video on that later. So I hope this helps. If you don't have one of these balls, get one. We're here at the Jiu-Jitsu Academy. If you need a ball, come get one from us. Take it home, borrow it for a while, right? Till this is over with. And then watch your Jiu-Jitsu game improve. You know, we're talking about training without a partner. You know, I was doing that for the first 6 months or more. I started a Jiu-Jitsu Academy. So this ball is really good at Jiu-Jitsu. It doesn't want you on top of it. So master this, and you're gonna be light years ahead of everybody else who's not doing anything. All right, so I hope the demonstration helps. Thanks to my partner for helping me out. So this is Jason with Iowa City Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Ribeiro Jiu-Jitsu, Iowa City. So thanks for watching. I hope this helps you out. Say bye-bye.